Hi, this is Dr. Campbell, and I wanted to talk today about will the Supreme Court same-sex ruling doom the United States empire? In a recent article, the United States Supreme Court has ruled in favor of same-sex marriages. The movement to legalize a new form of civil unity has reached its final stage. The United States Supreme Court same-sex ruling legalizes the same sexual promiscuity that doomed the Roman Empire. Now, according to the article, the Supreme Court ruled on the case of Obergefell versus Hodges in favor of same-sex marriages. It now affirms that all persons have the fundamental right to marry, and that no state may deprive a same-sex couple the right to marry, as well as no state may refuse to recognize the marriage performed in another state. Now, Justice Kennedy believed that marriage equality is embedded in our conversation and stated that no union more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than once they were. As some of the petitioners in these cases demonstrate, marriage embodies a love that may endure even past death. It would misunderstood these men and women to say they disrespect the idea of marriage. Their plea is that they do not respect it so deeply that they seek to find its fulfillment for themselves. Their hope is not to be condemned to live in loneliness, excluded from one of civilization's oldest institutions. They ask for equal dignity in the eyes of the law. The Constitution grants them that right. The Supreme Court's same-sex ruling allows for behavior that is in direct opposition to the original design of marriage. And so my next question is, how did sexual promiscuity, such as same-sex marriages, doom the Roman Empire? Now, like the United States, the Roman Empire was infected with sexual impurity and immorality. The Roman Empire lasted for more than 500 years, between 27 BC and 476 AD. The decline of the Roman Empire is attributed to many reasons, but one of the major contributing factors includes a decline of moral values. The decline of moral values was especially prevalent among rich upper class and the emperors. The immoral and promiscuous behavior included adultery, sex relations amongst close relatives, prostitution, sex with children, including infants, and bestiality. Emperors such as Tiberius kept groups of young boys for his pleasure. Emperor Nero was involved in incest, as well as having a male slave castrated so he could take him as his wife. Elagabalus forced Vestal virgins into marriage. Commodus had harems of concubines who enraged Romans by sitting in the theater dressed in women's garments. The decline in moral values interacted with the lower class people and slaves. The Romans staged religious festivals such as Saturnalia and Bacchanalia, where sacrifices, ribald songs, lewd acts, and sexual promiscuity were part of the festivities. Now, prominent Italian historian Roberto De Mattei, who is the deputy head of Italy's National Research Council, claimed that the Roman Empire was fatally weakened after conquering Carthage, which he described as a paradise for homosexuals. Professor Monte claimed that it was as the capital of Rome's North American provinces that Cartagena became a hotbed of sexual perversion, which gradually influenced Rome itself, which eventually fell to barbarian tribes in 1410 AD. The moral decline of the Roman Empire resulted in the political decline of its rulers, which impacted the entire country. And so the final question is, how will the Supreme Court same-sex ruling impact the United States? As time moves forward, images associated with same-sex marriages will become prevalent. Children will see the images and believe that this is the normal way of life. Schools will become required to either teach that same-sex relationships are normal, or not teach sexuality in any form or fashion. The political climate will become so immoral that the need for continued control will lead to destruction. Military leaders will have to take sides, and as they continue to attempt to enforce their immoral values on the worlds with moral values will take a stand, which will eventually spell doom for the United States due to the Supreme Court same-sex ruling. This is Dr. Campbell. You can read about this article and more articles on my website, www.advancedmarriagetraining.com. You'll find this particular blog on the website on the blog tab. If you want to talk about it, you can call me on my direct line, 856-566-3267. Have a great day, and thank you very much.